Hello, welcome to English for Everyone, where we practice real-life American English. Today we're going to learn some great vocabulary, so let's get started. Today we're learning these words: bossy, pushy, domineering, and overbearing. They all mean about the same thing. They all mean aggressive, but we use them a little differently. Let's take a closer look at each word. The first word is bossy. First, let's talk about pronunciation. The O here is not a short ah sound like hot and stop. It's a different sound. When you see OSS, we use the sound aw. Let's look at some examples. Boss, floss, cross. These words are all pronounced with the aw sound. The sound is made back here, aw, aw. Not ah in the front, but aw in the back. We use the sound aw when we have words like automobile. With AU, we make the sound aw. Also, words like call. With ALL, we use the same sound, aw. And with AW, like saw, we use the same sound, aw. So remember these spelling patterns. AU, AL, and AW make the sound aw. Examples: automobile, call, and saw. These all make the same sounds, just like our word bossy. With OSS, we have the same sound. Bossy, boss, floss, and cross. This little girl is bossy. She wants to be the boss, but she's not the boss. That's an important difference. We don't use the word bossy to describe our boss. We don't say my boss is bossy. We have a different word for him. These are people who are not your boss, but they act like your boss. They like to tell other people what to do. They like to give orders. These people are bossy. Example, this little girl. She likes to tell the other kids what to do. She's bossy. And I can use this phrasal verb. She likes to boss the other kids around. Or I can use them. She likes to boss them around. Boss around is a phrasal verb. It's separable and you have to put the person in the middle. You cannot say boss around the people. No, it's boss the people around. This little girl likes to boss other people around. She likes to boss the other kids around. So, she's bossy. Adjective, bossy. She's very bossy. And the phrasal verb, she likes to boss the other kids around. Let's hear some examples of the word bossy.
You are cute when you're being bossy.
Well, don't take this the wrong way, but sometimes you could be super bossy and totally annoying and
Bossy and mean. Now I know why you got fired.
She's bossy.
Some people would say that I am bossy and controlling.
Let's practice. Does this little girl like to boss the other kids around? That's right, she likes to boss the other kids around. So, is she very bossy? That's right, she's very bossy. Now let's look at this word, pushy. Pushy. Similar to bossy, but a little different. First, let's talk about the pronunciation. Pushy. You have the letter U making the short sound, like pull, and good, and look. Listen to the sound. Pushy, pull, good, look. These all have the same vowel sound, Let's talk about pushy. This guy, he's a car salesman, so he's always insisting that the customers buy cars. He's always pushing them to buy cars. He's not bossy, he's not telling them what to do, but he's always pushing. He's constantly pushing and insisting to get what he wants, to sell cars. So I can say he's pushy. So a person is pushy when they're aggressive and they insist. They push to get what they want. It's not a good thing. By the way, all the vocabulary we're learning today, it's all negative. None of it is good. It's to describe a person in a bad way. Like the salesman. The salesman is pushy. He's a pushy salesman. He's always pushing the customers to buy cars. Let's hear some examples.
Hi, I hope I'm not being pushy, but I just have always wanted to meet you.
I'm not being pushy.
I'm not being pushy, but where's the harm seeing if you like each other?
She's strong without being pushy.
Let's practice. Is he very pushy? That's right, he's very pushy. Is he a pushy salesman? That's right, he's a pushy salesman. So we learned the word bossy to describe other people who are not your boss. But what if you want to describe your boss and he acts this way? He's very aggressive. Then I can say domineering. You have a domineering boss, a domineering manager, a domineering supervisor. These people are your boss, so we don't call them bossy, we say they're domineering. Let's hear some examples of the word domineering.
100% domineering. I forbid you. Let's keep them in their places. Male performance.
Male nothing.
I don't know. I mean, it's just my dad's not really big on parties, so I'll have to ask.
Overprotective?
Hypervigilant, domineering, intrusive, any of those work.
This one might have reminded him of a domineering Anne.
You know, she had a domineering mother, and she was attached to her father, and then her boyfriend died in a car crash.
So remember my example. His boss is very domineering. Or I can say he has a domineering boss. Let's practice. Is his boss very domineering? That's right, his boss is very domineering. Does he have a domineering boss? That's right, he has a domineering boss. Not good. Now let's talk about this word, overbearing. Overbearing. We see bear making the air sound like hair and chair. Bear. Together, overbearing. Overbearing is an adjective. It means aggressive, domineering, but in an arrogant way. So we can talk about her mother-in-law. Her mother-in-law is domineering. She's always telling her what to do in an aggressive way. So I can say she's overbearing. Let's hear some examples of the word overbearing.
A lot of times, confusion like Bobby's can be caused by a distant father or an overbearing mother.
Look, Carter, I'm sorry. I know sometimes I get a little overbearing and
Remind me why I didn't go to school thousands of miles away from my overbearing and homophobic father.
Because,
they can be a little overbearing.
you mean well, but you're kind of overbearing.
Now let's talk about my example. Her mother-in-law is overbearing. She has an overbearing mother-in-law. Let's practice. Is her mother-in-law overbearing? That's right, her mother-in-law is overbearing. Does she have an overbearing mother-in-law? That's right, she has an overbearing mother-in-law. So remember these words: bossy, pushy, domineering, and overbearing. If you're talking about someone who's not your boss, use bossy. If you're talking about someone who is your boss, say domineering. And pushy is someone who's always pushing to get what they want. And overbearing is domineering in an arrogant way. Thank you for watching. And if you like this video, subscribe to our channel. And if you want to become a member, click the join button. And we'll see you next time.